Speaking to people who admit that they spend more time logging onto the internet than living their real lives. But some are taking it to a whole different level of out there-ness. Check out this young lady.
I've been addicted to the internet for 2.5 years now. It has taken over my entire life.
Patty's internet addiction started when she moved from Florida to Buffalo, New York, and left all of her friends 2,000 miles behind.
It was wintertime, it was freezing cold, and so it was just easier for me to get on the computer. I started off with MySpace and Facebook, but then I started getting into this thing called anime.
Anime is a kind of Japanese cartoon art that's mostly based around superheroes.
It's kind of like cartoons. There's a lot of superheroes and magic and stuff like that.
Now she's spending up to 14 hours a day surfing the web and looking for fellow anime fans she can interact with. Patty posts comments on the site's message boards and shares stories and pictures she's created. For Patty, it's all fun and games, but her family is starting to worry that the cartoon world on the internet is taking over her entire life.
To tell you the truth, I don't know how to stop. I honestly don't even have friends to call to hang out with anymore. The more time that I spend on the web, the more it's like the only world that I've got.
Oh, that's pretty serious. You said you feel like it's the only world that you have right now. That's a lot. So I'm familiar with anime. It's the Japanese characters. What do you do with the characters? Like 10 hours a day, what are you doing with them?
What we do is we take these authentic characters and we kind of put them into our own stories, our own situations, and we role play as them. I can make them into rock stars, or make them get married, or two people can make their characters date, and we write the whole thing out.
Okay, and how late are you up at night doing this? Or in the morning, shall I say?
On weekdays, I'm up to 5, 6 in the mornings. On the weekends, I could go up to 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
So all night you're up doing this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now, it's affected your school. Tell me about school, what it's doing at school.
Because I'm always on the internet until so late, I would wake up around in the afternoon, and I would miss like 3 periods of school and I'd go so late. Then when I come home, instead of doing homework and projects like I'm supposed to, I would get on the internet and just completely forget about it. Because of it, I failed my last semester of school, and I'm repeating high school right now.
You're repeating it because you failed?
Yeah.
And you had an issue with a boyfriend?
Yes. Me and my ex-boyfriend were together for a little bit over a year. Around our 9th or 10th month in a relationship, we were having some issues because he would come over after work or after school to visit me, and I would kind of be like on the internet, and I wouldn't want to make time with him. And, you know, eventually we kind of drifted apart and we didn't see each other at all. And then he came back and he's like, okay, I want to fix this. I want to be with you, but I chose the internet over him. I didn't want to see him anymore.
You chose the internet over him.
Yeah.
And I know that it's affected, you have a whole body change because of that. Tell me about that.
Yeah. When I was in Florida, I was really bubbly, really outgoing. I was always out. I never watched TV. I was never on the internet ever. I had a lot of friends, used to go to the beach, go to parties. But then when I came here, I never went out. I gained 30 pounds in the last 2 years. I went from a size 5 to a size 13 in pants.
Because you're just sitting there doing
I'm just
nothing.
sitting there munching on food. I never even see my family. I never go out of my room. I just stay there.
Tell me about your family. You have a sister, and your sister's been hurt by this as well.
Yeah, me and my sister used to be best friends. We told each other everything, hung out all the time, see each other all day. Now she'll try talking to me while I'm on there, and I'll kind of like drift, you know, away, and I won't really talk to her anymore. So
you're cutting all these people out of your life. You don't really have friends anymore. You've lost the boyfriend, you're flunking out of school, and now it's even with your family, with your sister.
Yeah.
Well, your sister Carla is here. Come on out, Carla. So Carla, you're hurt by this.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
Well, before we used to be real close. Like she said, best friends. I used to come home from school, tell her about my day, you know, and she'll tell me about hers. And now it's like she'll be on the computer, I'll come home from school, and I'll be talking for 5 to 10 minutes, and she'll look up and be like, "Were you talking to me?"
Really?
Yeah.
So you just tune out. You know what you sound like to me, Patty? Like a drug addict. Yeah. Like, it's that severe where drug addicts, all they care about is that drug, so they cut everything out of their life. Nothing matters. Their kids, their families, their loved ones, nothing matters except that drug. Does that make sense if I take out the word drug and put computer or internet or anime?
Definitely makes sense.
Nothing else matters. I know your sister, tell me how it hurts you and makes you feel, Carla, when she ignores you like that. And you tell her.
It hurts because, you know, like I said, we used to be really close. We used to go out and do stuff together, to go to the mall and go bowling and to the movies. And now it's just kind of like, even if we do get the chance to go out, you're always on a hurry to get back on the computer.
And what does it make you feel like? We know that's what happens, but what does it make you feel like?
It upsets me. It does.
What do you want to tell your sister, Patty?
I mean, I don't know what to say. Didn't really know it affected me that much. I mean, I miss you too. I really do. I mean, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You're really sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. These two sisters are crying over something that didn't even exist like 20 years ago. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a whole new thing that is tearing apart relationships, tearing apart families, you know, messing up your relationship with your sister. Y'all are crying over a computer. Y'all are crying over some Japanese anime characters. You know, like, that's crazy. It's really, really, we're in a different world. And I know that you like to draw, right?
Yeah, I do.
You love to draw?
Yeah.
Do you ever draw, like, not on a computer, just like on paper?
I do.
Yeah?
But it's like the inspiration just left me, and I'm so into this, you know, that's all I draw, pretty much.
Well, what if I were to put you in an art class and I paid for it for a whole year?
Really?
Yeah.
I would love that. I really would.
Would you do that?
Yeah?
And, like, in the art class, there's real people in there. There's a real teacher, and you're going to be using real pen and ink and watercolors and oils and real stuff, not stuff, okay? Yeah? And then when you come home, you can show your sister, look, sister, he's a human being. Look what I did with my human being friends in class. Okay? Is that a deal?
That's a deal.
All right. We'll be right back.